Hello, nerd family. Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. I'm Isaac Juan Kenobi. Logan the Hut will be here in just a minute. But tonight we'll be watching The Flash live with you. Here, let me grab the remote. I hope you guys are doing good tonight. Are any of you guys watching The Flash live? Or do you guys have to wait, like maybe a little bit later to watch it? About to start here in a minute. There you go. Tonight's episode is called Love is a Battlefield, which is fitting for Valentine's Day in just a few days. Hello, Alan and Malik. We're glad to have you here tonight. And The Flash is about to start. Remember that company from last week. Oh yeah, forgot about that. Hello, Alex. We're glad to have you. I love this new intro. I don't know if you guys watched last week's episode, but there's a new intro to the episodes now, where it just goes through each character and then it's like shows like scenes from the past few seasons and then it says The Flash. I just love it.
Surprise, babe.
Yeah, wow. This is not a banana.
I know Valentine's Day isn't for a couple of days, but I thought, why not? Let me surprise my hubby before some crazy meta of the week strikes.
Yeah, I got it. How's your arm?
Oh, I mean, it stings, but it's a bit better.
Yeah.
You know, if you really want a banana, I can always go in the
No. I don't want a banana. This all looks awesome. I mean, the pancakes are really round. Just excited to taste them. My mouth. Oh my god. When did you learn to I mean, these are really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is this fresh squeeze?
Oh, we may or may not now own a very expensive juicer.
Gotta say, you're full of surprises this morning.
Well, the day is young.
Like, how did you have time to get a spread like this together? I mean, it sounded like yesterday was insane.
Yeah, it was. Which is why Team Citizen is regrouping before we go after Carver again.
I wonder how long it's going to take Barry to realize that's not actually Iris.
Thank God for 24-hour grocery stores.
This is your reminder. You have a reservation at Giovanni's February 14th at 7 p.m.
You know what? If we also made a reservation for tonight, we could up our chances of having an emergency-free Valentine's Day dinner.
Well, I don't care when we have dinner as long as we're together.
Alexa, set a reminder to call Giovanni's today at noon.
Okay, I'll remind you.
Great. You finish eating?
I will.
I'm gonna go take a shower.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're amazing.
Son of a motherless goat. You do not want to test me.
Oh, thank God it's just you. You're out of tape. Do you just let yourself in?
Relax. I'm not some whack job meta killer with crazy good aim and ulterior motives. Anymore.
Another house call from Dr. Light would suck, but I was actually talking about Nash. He's a total stage 1 clinger. Didn't you get shot yesterday? Shouldn't you be soaking in a tub of frozen peas or something?
And miss out on my first Valentine's Day? No way.
I hate Valentine's Day, and I have a lot of work to do. So.
Stop it.
You know, it's my understanding that there are two kinds of people who hate Valentine's Day. One, those who think it's a made-up holiday by a big cutie, or two, those with a broken heart. I think you're the second one.
Monkey.
Emerson Fairweather is the emo dope who's responsible.
We met after a gig his band played. Anyway, it didn't work out.
Another Valentine's Day waiting for love. Let the drinking begin. Hashtag coffee, not cocktails. Ugh, look, you're perfect for each other. You have something in common. You're both miserable.
Thanks for the reminder.
You know, maybe you and Mr. Fallout Boy could go off and be mopey together, and then you wouldn't hate Valentine's Day.
I'm sorry, have we met?
Look, it says here he's going to be back at Jitters tomorrow. And you know what? So are we. Because I'm going to get the two of you back together for some B-Day love. Cupid demands it.
I'm glad we decided to do dinner tonight. It's awesome. We're celebrating Valentine's together, even if it's early.
Yeah. No crisis, no dark future looming over us.
That's nice.
It really does.
Buonasera. Vi posso consigliare spaghetti con vongole fresche e ravioli fatti in casa.
I'm so sorry, we don't speak Italian.
Delizioso. Forse prendiamo questo come primo. And can we just get another minute? Grazie.
What? Do you speak Italian?
Oh, well, you know that story that I was writing a few months ago on Little Italy? Well, I picked up a phrase or two. Like, porca miseria. It's a curse word, but it literally means pig misery. Yeah, weird, right? Roses are red.
Oh, Emunette. I forgot that she's in this episode.
You know what'll happen if you take this?
I know what will happen to you if I don't.
What's that supposed to be?
Darlings! Long time no see. Did I interrupt date night?
CCPD. Eminent Black, I'm placing you under arrest for robbery and aggravated assault.
So very official, Mr. Allen. Don't you just see how fine?
I'm still a cop. Who can arrest you?
Oh, okay. Well, by all means, let me help you with the first bit. I have the right to remain silent, which will come in handy if you don't want me letting that little secret identity cat out of its flashy red bag. So why don't we just call this a warning? I'll be on my way, no harm. No cowl.
I'm supposed to just let you leave.
Bloody right. Don't think of coming after me, because if I see you, your onesie, or any one of your frigid or bendy superhero friends, I will hold it against all of you and tell the world your real identities. Savvy? That's right. Because behind every great man is a woman rolling her eyes. Is that so, sweetheart? So much for date night.
Big misery.
Hey William, it's nice to have you here. Hi Kal-El. Thank you. This was actually Enosh Fett's shirt, but it got too big for him, so he gave it to me. What's up, everyone? Good name, Alan Lakers. Hey Darth Stacy, it's nice to have you here. Thanks, Cal. Darth, friend is hungry too. Yeah, I know. I always give him a part of like my food, or like I give him treats every so often. Feed me, please, just a bite. Hello, can't watch this episode. Just saying hello. Hey Braces, it's nice to have you. So the start's pretty good. Barry is kind of a little, not really suspicious, but like, oh, I didn't know that you could do that. Like with Iris, so I'm wondering if he's gonna find out this episode, or if they're gonna reveal this episode that maybe what happened last week with Iris. Maybe it's something. Maybe it's not actually her, or maybe it's just like changed something like in her head. I don't know. So I wonder how long it's gonna take Barry to figure that out. Thank you so much, the Batman. We really appreciate that. Wookie, the Batman. Say thank you, Batman. Just a little bit, please. Sincerely, Wookie. I'll give him a little bit at the end, like when I'm almost done. 'Cause that's what I always do. Legends looks fun tonight. I'm kind of I'm not gonna lie, I'm behind on Legends right now, so I plan on catching up on that either this week or this weekend. But yeah, I love Legends. I think how many episodes? I think there's been 3, and maybe tonight's the 4th. So I'm only behind on this season. Okay, I'll give you some. Come here. Wait, Logan, can you pull up Nintendo's Twitter real quick? Can you pull up Nintendo's Twitter real quick? They had tweeted something like just as the live stream was starting, and most people are waiting for a direct right now. Even though I don't think that's what it was. Yeah, I'm definitely wondering what tonight's episode's gonna be like about, like what the premise is. Besides, it's gonna be around Valentine's Day. 219 former games be added. Badminton, Smash Tennis, so Ninja eliminated Bodo. That's cool. Have you caught amped form of Loki form of Tragicity? Social Adventure. Oh, flashback.
Yeah, she does that.
Were there any rumblings that she was back in town?
None. But Captain West is also searching on Highland.
Alright, thanks, Corbin.
Mary, Amina has been off the grid for so long, but if she's back, it must be for something big and bad, and I'm pretty sure it involves that device that she stole. Hey, don't worry, we're gonna find her.
I can't believe you just stood there and let her walk out.
Mary, it's not your fault. We knew that her knowing your identity would come back to bite us.
Well, time to find out the old-fashioned way. I'm running some sweeps of the city.
Whoa, she said no onesies.
Please don't call it that.
What I'm trying to say is, we can't risk her putting Team Flash on blast.
Okay, but we also can't do nothing.
We won't. If you want to figure out a criminal's plan, visit their playground. This is a bad idea. Challenging an entire drug cartel to a knife fight, that's a bad idea. Come on, though. This is nothing. Just go over there and talk to him.
He really does look miserable.
I'm sure he's over there working on some sad sex song to perform tomorrow night. Trust your awesome life coach and just get over there.
What do I even say?
I don't know. You said you could be yourself around him, so go do that.
You're right.
Don't worry. I'm sure they're just good friends. A really good friend. Allegra.
I knew this was a bad idea. Next time you want to play life coach, don't.
I still think it's better if I go.
Babe, this is a known spot that Aminette used to recruit her crew. Besides, a cop can't just waltz in there.
Yeah, but it's mostly criminals in there. It's really dangerous.
Right, it's my job to get information out of people. Aminette's not going to be there, but if someone knows where she's headed next, I can get them to talk. It's what I do. Besides, if things get dicey, we have our code word.
Banana.
You hear that? Now come for the win.
Okay, fine. Just be safe, please.
Just counts on her.
There you go, Wookie.
free the citizen. Get out. Get out. Get out of there.
Yeah, one of those faces. I'm looking for Amunet Black.
You don't seem like her type. Lars? Banana!
Wookie?
Now do I seem like her type?
Seems like I need a new bouncer. Interested?
Keep in mind. And for the last time, where is Amunet?
Last I heard, she was hosting some specialized tech in this spot. Hey, what happened? I heard glass breaking.
Nothing. I broke a bottle over some loser's head.
You what?
Barry, don't worry. Everything's fine. I was playing a role to get information.
Okay, well, that was maybe crossing a line.
I'm sure they have some sort of mob doctor in there somewhere.
Okay, but I mean, it was reckless and it could have backfired.
Well, it didn't because I knew what I was doing. And we got this.
Is this Amunet's next target?
Let's go get her.
I do love loud noises. For the lady who has everything.
She's trying to build something, but it's all in different places.
Your source at the bar was right. She's here.
Yeah, but what's she doing?
What's she trying to
What are
build?
you doing with the tactics?
No. But I bet it's connected to the first device she stole. They have to figure out how to stop her before they
We didn't.
That's what I was looking for. Goldface is working with him.
I thought Goldface died.
You're too late, Keith.
Call Leslie. You know I can't let you leave with that.
I don't think we're working together.
No. This is a game.
Oh, so Goldface is now back, and it looks like there's a conflict between Goldface and Amunet. Huh. And Iris still like showing hints that it's not actually Iris. She's not doing like Iris things. The dogs are wrestling over here off camera. I think it's a really good episode so far. What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah. I'm just wondering what the rest of the episode's gonna be like. 'Cause it's like, what's Amunet trying to build? And if Goldface wants it, that means he's probably want to do like a similar thing. So it's like we got Black Hole, we got Amunet, and Goldface right now. That's if Amunet and like Goldface are around, like, for a while now, or if it's just for like just this episode. What do you guys think? If any of you guys are watching right now, what do you think like is gonna happen, or what do you think about what's going on right now? But in 20 minutes they've already like compacted a lot into the episode so far. Can you check the App Store for something? Sorry, I'm bugging you with your phone, but can you check the App Store for something really quickly? Yes. Looks like something just released that I've been waiting for. If it did, that would be great. Thank you. Sorry, I'm bugging you for your phone. Where's your App Store's right there.
Ready.
Doesn't look like it's out yet, but it looks like it's rolling out slowly. Saw a tweet. I don't know if any of you guys are Pokemon fans, but it looks like Pokemon Bank is, not Bank, Pokemon Home is getting a lot of information updates tonight. Because Pokemon Bank just got an update. Man, this is a long commercial. Well, they're showing the CW social. Hopefully it's back. Yeah, that's one thing I still gotta do is in Spanish we have to do a news report. Man, it's not back yet. I'm just wondering what the rest of the season's gonna be like, because Black Hole right now doesn't seem like a big enough threat for the next 10 episodes, 11 episodes. They don't seem, right now they don't seem like a big enough threat for the rest of the season. So it's like I'm kind of feeling like since they didn't use Earbard in Crisis, I don't know if they're gonna use him for like the second half of the season. I'm kind of hoping that we get Earbard Thawne back, because it's like they teased him during Crisis, but they didn't use him at all. Because I was thinking like real heavily that we were gonna get him like in the last 2 hours of the episode, or maybe we're gonna get something like, oh yeah, he's trying to help the Anti-Monitor, so that way he can become like the strongest villain in this new Earth. Yeah. Guggenheim. Oh, I thought Guggenheim was tweeting about the episode. Man, this is a really long commercial. And it's good so far this episode, but to me it kind of seems slow a little bit right now, but we're only 20 minutes into the episode. So, I think it's back. Nope, it's a commercial for a CW show. We also have to catch more Riverdale. I'm behind right now on a lot of shows. There you go, it's back.
You're here to steal what's mine. Typical.
What's yours? Baby, that device belongs to me.
Go here. Okay, routine. The vinyl records were mine.
Since when did you like Radiohead? I have OK Computer on 180-gram vinyl with a triple D full sleeve.
Overrated.
You skipped all the straight to the soundtrack.
Hopefully, you even knew who NWA were before you met me.
Turn, freeze. Bloody move. Took some doing setting up that deal. You just stroll out of Giovanni's with
Really?
Sorry, no, it's all right.
Baby,
I said freeze.
you know I'm not letting you go down like that. Looks like somebody's lost their touch.
I said, put your hands in the air.
Really? Looks to me like somebody's lost their membership. I'll be back again. I know the flash is here.
That guard might be really hurt. I have to do something. Jim time. You don't be looking on your back.
That's new.
Still strong enough to lift this, though? My Felicia. How'd you lift that? Adrenaline. Stay here. Okay, you'll be okay. Where are they?
Gone.
What? Let's go after them. We have to get the case.
Who needs the case? When you've got what's inside.
Oh my god.
Hey, did you find anything? Why are you so tired?
I don't know. I mean, to keep Amunet and Goldface from seeing me, I had to run so fast I was practically invisible. But it's getting bad out there. I mean, their gangs are just trading attacks. It's like both sides think that the other has the second device.
Yeah, I called my dad. He said that Amunet and Goldface are sticking to criminal targets like each other's stash houses. But I don't know. I think they're trying to hurt each other, not just their businesses.
Okay, alright, well, until we know what they're after, I guess I'll just keep patrolling at super speed. I'm just worried some innocent people are gonna get caught in their crossfire while we wait for this thing to blow over.
I don't think it will, Barry. When Amunet and Goldface were arguing at Ivo, they used each other's real names. They argued about an old record collection. That's personal. Personal doesn't just blow over.
What's personal about stealing tech?
Okay, so I called Ryan Choi. The first item that Amunet stole, a specialized UV projector. The second item was a biome-simulated storage unit. If you combine the two, it can be used to transport delicate plant-based life.
They're after a plant. Why?
I don't know, but if those two are after it, it's probably dangerous. So a botanist source I used from an old story is looking into it, but I think there's a faster way to figure this out. We give Amunet what she wants.
What?
Yeah, we use the leverage we have, we get close to Amunet, and we solve this thing from the inside.
No, but I mean, that's way too dangerous. I mean, Amunet knows both of us.
So?
So we stay put.
You mean I stay put? While you patrol.
Well, I mean,
You're the Flash, you know best, right?
what? Iris, come on, you look at the facts.
Screw facts, Barry. I trust my intuition. My intuition, by the way, that saved my life from an assassin while you were on some island.
What? What's going on? It feels like ever since you came back home the other night, you've been acting kind of different. I mean, the pancakes and the bottles.
Do you hear yourself right now, Barry? Seriously? My New Year's resolution? Learn how to make pancakes. And I told you that I was playing a role. Come on, Barry. You know what? Actually, I didn't forget my files at the office last night. I was following up on a lead. So, there.
You were following a lead in the middle of the night? I mean, something could have happened to you.
That, Barry, that right there, that's why I didn't tell you. I don't need you to save me. I can handle myself. I even have my own team now, Team Citizen.
I know.
And you know what? While you were preoccupied with Crisis, I was planning to start a life without you. And it was the hardest thing that I ever had to do, but I did it because you asked me to, Barry. I would do anything for you, and you know that. But I can't be your damsel in distress anymore. And I cannot be the voice inside your cowl cheering you on. I'm a reporter, Barry, and I'm a damn good one. And risky or not, I deserve to be in that field just as much as you do.
I know that. It just feels like. I mean, it doesn't feel like we're connecting lately.
I've grown, Barry. And I'm really proud of the person that I am today. I just wish that you felt the same way too.
Come on, Iris. It's just you. Yeah, I thought, maybe it might be the girl, what's her name? Abundance,
Allegra?
yeah, Allegra, that's her.
Why are you looking for her?
She's this dimensional bucket auger. It's hers. And she wanted to buy the bucket auger, but now she wants the bucket auger. So it's like, what? Anyway, what are you doing? Sitting here drinking by yourself?
Yes. Valentine's Day drinking to celebrate what a screw up I am.
What is that?
Now, Tori and Mead left us by one of the previous Wellses. Back when there were other Wells in the multiverse. Sorry. Nash, I didn't.
It's fine. It's fine.
You see what I mean? Everything I touch months trying to teach me how to be a better person. Because it doesn't matter how much litter I pick up, how many sick kids I read to, I still don't get people. I really thought I could help Allegra fall back in love with her ex, but instead I just made a mess of everything.
You know, you got lost. Now you just get back on the highway. Find new inroads with this Allegra. Easy peasy. You know, I don't know her very well, but perhaps she's one of those people who just sees things in absolutes, right? Black and white. Missions fail or succeed. Right? But you know what you need to do? You need to get back in there with her. Open her up. Show her that things aren't just black and white. You know, black and white, that's just for death and taxes. Everything else happens in the grays.
Wow. Someone's not a fan.
Mrs. Fash, however did you find your way here?
Well, there is a very charming bartender that is giving out tips rather than collecting them, so...
Marv, I'll have to kill you. Ladies first.
Wait, I know what you're after. And I went in.
Huh. I wonder if it might be. But I'm thinking is it just Iris that's there right now, or is like Barry listening? Or because the argument they just had, she doesn't have Barry. Oh, man. I mean, one thing I want to say before I forget about it is I like so far how, like last week it was, I can't remember who was dealing with it. I think it was maybe Iris or Cisco. And it was like Nash gave them like one of those speeches, like one of those like inspirational speeches, like to motivate them or boost them up. And then this week it was Killer Frost, like she feels like she's not doing anything right now. And then Nash gives her that speech like to lift her up. And that name that Nash said like when he was going through the cabinets, I think that might be the name of Allegra on his Earth. And also talk about wells on different Earths is I hope that there's still wells on different Earths, and that it's not like, oh yeah, all of them are gone now, and that Nash is the only one, or Earbard as Wells isn't the only one. As I'm still hoping that there's still more Wells out there that they can use. Because that's one thing I look forward to every season. It's like, okay, what version of Wells is Tom Cavanaugh going to play this season? Or is he going to like play one of his old versions of Wells again? Yeah, this last 10 minutes was really good. It's definitely picking up. Because I felt like last week, like thinking about it, I felt like last week was a little slow, but it was definitely good, like first episode back after Crisis, and kind of Barry realizing that everything falls on his shoulders now, because Oliver's not around. And this week it's like it started like with that same like pace, but these past 10 minutes it feels like it's like picked back up and it's doing a lot better. Hey Harley, hey Wookie, hey Harley, hey Wook, hey Harley. Here, 2 hands to pet 2 dogs. That's the quote of the day. You got 2 hands to pet 2 dogs. Harley, me and Wookie. I'm so tired. Oh, hey, hi, 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 hi. What, hey. Ooh. Yeah, I gotta catch up on Legends this weekend. Oh, hey, Harley.
Straight.
Flash is back.
Iris West Allen, a skyrocketing news media force, daughter of the police captain, devoted spouse of the Scarlet Speedster, all of that. I'm supposed to believe you're willing to give me an invaluable piece of stolen tech. Why? Exactly.
Cappuccini's daughter. A rare orchid recently shipped for study at CC Arboretum.
And why on this great big new marble do you think that I would be interested in that?
Well, because what makes it rare isn't that it blooms every 25 years. It's the flower's pollen. When adequately heated, it can be synthesized into a telepathic narcotic. If you can read minds, it would be much easier to gain access to PIN numbers to big, fat bank accounts.
Bravo! Well done! But you didn't answer the most important question. Why the bloody hell should I believe you?
Because I want to use the pollen.
For what?
Barry.
Well, as you know, I am married to the Flash, and he's a man who has a lot on his mind. And lately, that hasn't been me. And to tell you the truth, I'm afraid that all this superheroing is ruining my marriage. But if I could use the pollen, then I could read his mind.
Why didn't you just say so? That I can believe. Girl, I am no stranger to roguish means for love.
You mean you're a goldfish?
Roguish.
Men. They're all idiots who need them. This could be the start of a beautiful friendship. Come along. We're going flower shopping.
Goldface's gang is throwing Molotov cocktails at one of Amunet's warehouses. They are retaliating by sinking their latest delivery boat. I mean, I know it's criminal on criminal attacks right now, but if we don't stop it,
Green magazine is right here.
it could be a Valentine's Day massacre where civilians get hurt.
Yeah, no, I'll keep doing sweeps. I'll help wherever I can.
Well, I might have to roll out a special meta task force. Can you pull together Team Flash?
No, I can't. I mean, she knows them all. I have to protect their identities too. But you know what, Joe? There's something not right about this Amunet Goldface thing, and Iris thinks there's something personal going on.
Well, I mean, I do wish they were still a couple. I mean, things were a lot quieter out there and safer.
It's on Valentine's Day, huh?
There. You've been looking down a lot. My floor's not that interesting, so what's up?
It's Iris, actually. I mean, I don't know, it's just something that's suddenly off between us, or at least it feels sudden to me.
What did she say about that?
She's grown, and I haven't accepted it.
I don't know about that second part, but that first part, she is grown. And she took down a black hole assassin.
And she led the charge to find Ryan Troy during Crisis.
And she was the only one who knew that Rosso hadn't completely taken you over. I mean, what does that sound like to you?
I know, I mean, she has grown, and I guess she was right. I mean, I didn't notice because I was consumed with Crisis. No, we're not clicking like usual, though. Do you think maybe she's growing apart?
Bear, no. No. Neither one of you are ever going to stop growing. I mean, marriage is like a tree. I mean, bear with me. Look, the branches, they grow from the center. They grow farther and farther away from the center. But what you have to remember is underneath the roots, they're mirroring the branches. They're growing just as much. So you're growing your foundation. Now, of course, you have to tend to the soil, communicate with each other, take care of each other, look out for each other. But as the branches grow, so does your foundation. So you grow together.
Inspirational speech from Joe.
Art therapy. Been there.
Look, I'm sorry about Jitters. I know you meant well.
No, I'm sorry.
Tricky.
Look, my life coach made my life better. I was just trying to pay it forward. I probably should have gotten the whole story about your breakup before trying to intervene.
I guess I haven't exactly been an open book.
Why don't you start from page 1?
After I got out of Iron Heights, I wanted to take a shot at living a normal, non-meta life. That's when I met Emerson. We became friends. Then we went on a few dates, had some laughs. But it ran its course, so I dropped it.
You ghosted him.
Kind of.
Why? You didn't want him to find out you're a meta.
But then I could barely deal with my powers. How could I expect someone else to? Anyway, it was never gonna work between us.
You don't know that. I mean, you never gave him a chance to find out who you really are.
It doesn't matter now. He probably hates me for ghosting him.
Are you sure? Because maybe he's been looking for you every day since. Or maybe he forgot you existed. Whatever it is, you don't know because you've been filling in the blanks without the facts. Coming clean to Emerson might actually make you feel a lot better. And who knows? Maybe you'll get a friend out of it. But you can't assume that life happens in black and white. Because life happens in the gray. And you need to get out there and live in it.
Just a quote from Nash.
Keith and I were like fireworks when we were together. We shared the same ambitions and it ignited us both. We inspired each other. Rappuccini's daughter was meant to be our greatest score ever.
Even though it only blooms every 25 years?
What can I say? We were optimists, making plans for the future. We knew that it was set to bloom this year, and once we had our hands on its mind-reading powers, no one would be able to stop us. We would run this town together. I felt like I could be myself when I was with him. He's the only one who ever saw beyond all this. He saw me for me.
So, what went wrong?
As business boomed, our relationship didn't. Our passion wilted and died.
Well, I don't know, Amunet. The way you two were trying to kill each other?
It's a fine line between love and hate, my dear.
Thank you. Why don't you just tell him how you feel? Talk to him.
I'm better off without him. And then I get my hands on that flower. I'll run this town myself. Come, my lovelies. Hello, lover.
A case. It looks like a larger version of the tech that you stole.
This orchid is a lot like love. It can only survive in a carefully tended environment. That glass device you gave me is a miniature biome simulator. The UV projector provides a nurturing light. Together,
I kind of like how we're getting like this villain versus villain type like aspect throughout the episode because like we don't really see that. Normally it's always the good guy versus the bad guy. It's never really the good guy versus the good guy or the bad guy versus the bad guy really. But I kind of like how we're getting like a little bit more background information on Amunet and Goldface. And then I'm wondering, because part of me is like Iris is like just faking this, and also part of me is just like Iris is actually wanting to do this because it's not actually Iris. So it's like obviously there's gonna be that good part of her that's gonna be left, but it's like how much of that is there? And I also kind of like how we're seeing, kind of like the human side of everybody is like, everything's not all like rainbows and sunshine like every single week. It's like somebody's struggling with something. Whether it's simple as like, I need to improve myself like just like this a tiny bit more so that way I can do this. Or if it's something like I feel like I'm not doing it, is like, I like that. And also I kind of like with Caitlin how they're doing it. It's like you might not have the right answer every time, but you'll have the right answer for somebody at the right time, like when they need it. Which, as we saw with Allegra throughout this episode. Man, this episode it seemed like kind of slow, but they've packed in a lot of stuff in this episode, whether it's just information or scenes or just anything to carry on the story. But I was wondering, it's like post crisis. It's like, what are they gonna do for the rest of the season? Do you guys have any theories, like right now, for the rest of the season of Flash? Because I have a theory for Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman 84. After the episode's done. Because I'm pretty sure I've guessed maybe the plot of the movie. I've been staying away from leaks, so I don't know if there's even any leaks out. Tomorrow's Thursday versus Tomorrow's 3. America. Oh, it's just a tweet. I mean, are any of you guys Nintendo fans? And are you guys waiting for a direct? Like, I know I am, because we haven't gotten a direct since like a main direct since September of 2019. And yeah, after Animal Crossing, Nintendo pretty much has nothing big until they announce stuff at E3. And I don't see them just waiting 2 months after Animal Crossing comes out to be like, okay, now we're gonna release everything for E3 for the rest of the year, because that's just not what Nintendo does. Even though at the beginning of every year, Nintendo is always like, okay, we're gonna leave you in the dark, and then announce a ton of stuff that you're gonna be really excited for throughout the year. Man. Yeah, also Nintendo's adding 19th is Tuesday? No, 14th. 19th, 5 days. So Wednesday, they're adding 2 games to the SNES and 2 games to the NES service. Yeah, they redid that commercial, Logan. Jake from State Farm one. I was just wondering, because it's like, obviously they're going to fight. Iris is going to do something, but like, what's going to happen for the rest of the episode after that's done? Because like, they're probably going to solve it in between this commercial break and next commercial break. And it's like, what's the last 5 to 10 minutes going to be of the episode? Well, not 10. Say what like the last like 3 to 5 minutes of the episode is going to be. I also got to catch up on Batwoman. I'm behind on Supergirl, Batwoman, Legends, Riverdale. Is that it? Yeah. Yeah, that's everything I'm behind on right now, so I gotta catch up on that. I want the Flash spec.
Seeing that you got the means to transport the flower, I figured I'd take the poster once. Consider it a Valentine's gift.
And here I thought we weren't exchanging gifts this year.
Ooh, that's new.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Risk anything to see. I have to run together to lose the day that after wasn't on the to Rappuccino's daughter. We're gonna destroy each other.
What if they both accept that they still have feelings for each other?
Joe didn't say things were better when they were together.
I'm from Connecticut. I went to Yale.
Stop this. You guys were happy together once, right? Why'd you break up?
I thought I said.
She stopped listening to me. I needed her support when things went bad, not her cold shoulder.
I got tired of him always celebrating with his posse and only coming to me to warn about his failures. It got old.
Okay, see? I mean, you guys are talking now. This is great, right?
I say no onesie.
Okay, why does everybody keep calling it that?
Whatever you call it. There's an awful lot of gold in there, Flash.
I forgot about that you can manipulate gold.
I was just about to tell you when I told you I liked your dog. I lied. I'm a cat person.
The mud mask you use at night smells brick. Real mud smells better.
Oh, that didn't feel great. Okay, it's no use. There's no fixing that.
I have an idea, but it might be reckless.
Yeah, what's the plan?
Burn the flower.
Oh, that's new. Oh, that's cool.
I can't unsee this.
Well, at least it's less violent than a gang war. Apparently.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
This episode is definitely very different from the other episodes so far. This episode has had a lot of like serious parts and also a lot of funny parts. Man, that's the thing I'm trying to figure about Iris is it's like she's not having like those normal moments where it's like it feels like her, but then she's not. She's doing stuff that she normally like doesn't do. So it's like, is it actually Iris? Is it like half Iris, half whatever pulled her into that mirror last week? I don't know. Oh yeah, have any of you guys seen Birds of Prey? And if so, what do you guys think of it? We saw it last Thursday night, and all of us really enjoyed it. Man. And I also still have to get. I still have to tell my theory for Wonder Woman 84. Did I tell you it, Logan? Yeah. Oh yeah, I told you it because they're still showing previews during Birds of Prey. I'm like, okay, this is what I think the plot is. I don't know. Normally for movies, I'm not like, oh yeah, I'm sure this is gonna happen. But for some reason, for Wonder Woman, I feel like I am. Man, there's only 6 minutes left. It's like, what's next week gonna be like? Man. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna give this episode like. Cause I want to give it like a score now, and then like the ending of the episode is like phenomenal. Hey, Hugo, we're really glad to have you. Thank you for joining in. How are you doing tonight? I gotta catch up on Legends. So it said Legends, Batwoman, Supergirl, Riverdale, right? 4 shows I gotta catch up on this weekend. And Black Lightning, so yeah, 5. Flash is back.
How'd it go? Better than I thought. I said sorry for ghosting him. Told him why. He accepted my apology. So he's fine with you being meta. Yeah, turns out his new drummer is bioluminescent. Emerson and I are gonna be friends again. And you know what? I think that's what I was really missing this whole time. Him too. He actually wants me to go take a look at his new lyrics before he goes on stage. Look at you, back to being amused. Yeah. So, thanks for your help with all the gray life stuff. It's exactly what I needed to hear. You're welcome. Although I can't take all the credit. A friend of mine did give me some advice. Well, tell them thanks too. They may not know me, but they get me.
Frost, I mean, you. Got your message. What's so important?
I thought you'd want to know that Allegra was here so you could give her your tool thingy.
You can't really bring me to a crappy Valentine's Day open mic night for that.
No. Also, so I can tell you that I owe you one. The advice you gave, it really helped me get through to Allegra. It was very insightful. Almost parental.
Wonder how long it'll take them to figure it out. Unless Nash just says.
If you ever want to talk, like I said, I owe you one. And I'm a very good listener.
Wait. Wait, which Wells is that? No, the kid.
How's the Valentine's Day, huh?
Next year, we lock ourselves in the time vault and don't come out till morning. Listen, I'm really sorry that I made you feel like I wasn't seeing all your success in a larger way.
It's fine.
No, it's not. You've made a name for yourself, and the city looks to you and the citizen for the truth about what's going on. And I am so proud of who you are and all of your accomplishments. I just, for a moment today, I felt like maybe we were growing apart.
That will never happen.
I get that now.
And babe, just remember that no matter what changes, you're always gonna be my lightning rod too.
I just want to stop. Will you be my Valentine?
You read my mind.
tomorrow is coming up next.
Okay. So
This can't be happening. There's someone else on the other side of that mirror, another me. There's got to be a way out of this.
Listen, tell me we'll get out of the Flash. New episode next Tuesday at 8, 7 Central. Only on the CW.
So we get in the mirror dimension next week? Because that's one thing that we were kind of hoping with Mirror Master when we knew that we were getting him. Yeah, this... Oh... Before I say what I'm going to say, what would you give, like, this week's episode out of 10?
7 or 6.
Lucas says a 7 or 6. I'd probably say the same thing. For me, it felt like it was slow for most of the episode, but it started to pick up like the last 15 to 20 minutes of the episode, which I feel like it's kind of too late. It's like you can't really pick up your momentum towards the end of the episode, and then you're like, okay, now you wait till next week. Even though I do like I like but don't like at the same time the cliffhanger they just left us on, because I was like, what version of Wells is that? Is that the earbud version of Wells? Because he looked angry. Or was it a Wells that survived Crisis that's angry about, hey, we're pretty much the only ones left? Because we don't know. That's the thing about Wells that they've done over the past 6 years? Yeah, 6. That's one thing they've done over the past 6 years is that we have tons of Wells. So it's like, how long until that Wells reveals who they are? Even though I'm keeping my fingers crossed and hoping it's Earbard. Yeah, I'd probably say a 6.5 or a 7. It was just slow. But I thought the information that we got and like the speeches that we got and the action we got was really good. But yeah, I'd probably go to 6.5 or a 7. Let me check this tweet just in case. No. Okay, but before I start, if any of you guys own an Android and play Pokemon, Pokemon Home is starting to roll out now on Android devices. We also, if any of you guys watched the episode just now, what would you guys give this episode? So this is my theory before I end the live stream for Wonder Woman 1984. And I don't know if anybody else has said this too, or if any of this has gotten leaked. Because for movies and video games, I try and stay away from like leaks that spoil the movie. But as we know, we're getting Maxwell Lord in Wonder Woman 1984, and we're getting Cheetah. But as we see from the trailers, it looks like Cheetah and Wonder Woman kind of get like this like friendship bond situation. So I was kind of like, is it going to be like one of those things where it's like they're friends, a conflict happens, and then that's why they fight each other. And then they said Maxwell Lord is going to be in Wonder Woman in Wonder Woman 2, is what I'll just call it right now. And then we saw the trailer where he gets that stone, and that stone pretty much gives you what you want. But knowing Maxwell Lord, he wants something in return. So what my guess is that Maxwell Lord gives Wonder Woman Steve. And that's why Steve shows up now, even though we saw at the end of Wonder Woman 1, Steve's dead. So it's like, how could he still be alive? My theory is that Maxwell Lord gives Wonder Woman Steve, but I know. But Wonder Woman doesn't want to do what Maxwell Lord wants in return, which will start that conflict between the good guy and the bad guy. And then Wonder Woman does something that makes Cheetah mad, and then that causes her to go to Maxwell Lord, and she finds out that she's Wonder Woman, and she kind of gets jealous. So I think what's going to be is Maxwell Lord's going to give Cheetah the powers, like, to be who she is in the comics, but in return, what Maxwell Lord wants is for Cheetah to take down Wonder Woman, and that's what's probably going to cause the conflict between that. And then after everything's done, she's stopped everything. I think because Maxwell Lord is finished, but I don't know if they're going to destroy the stone, store it somewhere else. But I think that'll be like Wonder Woman's way of saying like her final like goodbyes Steve before he disappears and he's gone. Unless it's something different that they explain, like, oh yeah, somehow he lived, or oh he got. I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but that's just my theory right now for Wonder Woman, is that Max Lord gives Wonder Woman Steve. She doesn't want to do what Max Lord wants. She makes Cheetah mad. She ends up going to Max Lord, gets her powers, and in return she fights Wonder Woman, and then that's where we get that fight, and everything gets concluded and finished, and the movie ends with Diana getting to say her final goodbyes to Steve. Well, thank you for watching tonight, and thank you for tuning in and asking questions or commenting on the live stream. And thank you so much to the Batman. I don't know if you're still watching, but thank you so much for that donation. We really appreciate it. And we just hope that you guys have a great night tonight, and hope that you'll be able to join us next week. Until next time, good night.